All right. I'm Will,
And I'm Steven.
I'm Nuke.
and this is the Post P Chronicles.
Hey, what up, say? Yeah.
Well, someone already
Hey,
introduced themselves, Will, but who do we got today?
hey, man, we got somebody who is doing incredible things out here in Southeast San Diego, all over San Diego, but it didn't start that way. So, without any further ado, I want to introduce Nuke Boomin. What's going on, Nuke?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Man, I'm blessed and highly favored, man. Thank you for being on the show today. And really, we just start with everybody with, man, where are you from, man? Where'd you grow up?
I grew up, man, 8018 Gribble Street in Skyline on the water tower side, right
On
where
the
the
water
ocean.
tower side,
Yes,
not
sir.
the park side, but the water tower side.
Yeah, the water tower side, right there, the closest to the park. You know what I mean?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And how was that? How was it growing up
Uh,
on the water tower side of Gribble?
it was like, well, I will say rough, but it wasn't rough at the time. It was fun. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like I grew up in the jungle and I fed in
Mm.
inside the jungle with the fellas. So
What years was this you were growing up at?
I would say probably like I'm like 97, 98. You know what I
Mm.
mean? 90,
Eh,
99 at the latest.
How old were you at this time? 97, 98, 99 at the latest. How old were you?
I'd say I was probably like probably 15.
15. So where did you grow
Yeah.
up before that? So if you was 15 years old, 97, 98, what was 7, 8, 9 like? Where was you at there? On the same street?
I was on that same street.
Okay, so let's talk about those years. Let's talk about your early years, the elementary years. What was that like growing up over
I,
there?
I went to Freeze Elementary. That's right
Mm,
behind the street of Gribble. It's on Skyline Drive.
right.
So I grew up at Freeze, and that's when Miss Gumper was the principal there. You feel
Mm,
me? So a lot of people might not know Miss Gumper because it was so long ago. You feel me? So that's when they was giving out the stickers of the elementary school. You put on your bumper of your cars. Yeah,
right.
right
Okay.
there.
So what was it like? So you went to Freeze, you went to the bumpers on the car, but what was it like growing up, 7, 8 years old, Freeze Elementary? What was the streets like over there? What was your home like? Did you have your mom and your dad living in the house?
Now my mom and dad died when I was
Mm,
young. I was about probably 2 or 3. I really don't know my mom and dad. They both
mm.
died like on sickle cell anemia.
Oh,
So
wow.
I
Both of
grew up,
them?
huh?
Both of them?
Both of them. Yeah,
Wow. I'm
yeah.
sorry to
So I
hear that.
grew
So do
up.
you have it?
Yeah, I got the traits. You know
Oh
what I mean?
man.
So
Okay.
I grew up with my grandma. So we
Mm,
grew up in that house. It was about 10 of us in this house in a 3 bedroom. You know
yeah.
what I mean? So it was like we had a room full of girls and a room full of boys. You
Mm.
know what I
So
mean? I
was it
spent
a
my room, huh?
was it a happy upbringing? I mean, a lot of kids in the house. I mean, it got to be a lot of love, right?
Yeah, it was a lot of love in the house. It was like we got along in the house real fine. You know, it
Okay.
was just when you go outside the house, it was cool, but it was like a bad environment. You
Okay.
know
Well,
what I
tell
mean?
us
How,
Like,
about that environment. What made it so bad?
just like just the gunshots at night. You know what I mean? People breaking in people's car. You hearing that? You know what I mean? I was even young doing dumb shit at like 14. I think my homeboy threw me inside the snack bar at Skyline at all season of football, and we took all the candy out the snack bar type shit like that. You know what I mean? So,
Right.
and I was happy with just y'all can have the money. I want the candy. So it was just for the thrill. You feel me? Like dumb shit like that. That's how it all like started, little shit like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then like free lunch at the park. I'm a free lunch baby. I used to go to the park faithfully for free lunch. Couldn't wait for the
Mm,
summer. I was
mm.
I helped pick up trash for extra lunch and all this shit. So, and that's where I met most of my friends, my childhood friends. That's where it all started at free lunch at the park. So
That free
most of my
lunch.
friends, when I started in the game, is everybody who mostly I ate free lunch with.
Mm. So y'all built a strong bond over that free lunch at Skyline Park.
Over them dry sandwiches.
Man,
We,
okay.
we're trying to
Well,
figure out
what was your
how the hell can we get some money to stop eating these dry sandwiches?
So did you guys ever figure that out? Did you ever figure it out, or was y'all still eating them dry sandwiches?
Oh, we figured it out at a young age, but we didn't figure it out the right way.
Okay, so what was the wrong way?
The wrong way was having these bras on El Cajon Boulevard and El
Mm,
Cajon City and Main Street. You know what I mean?
mm,
So I was
right.
like deep in the game with that. No
Mm,
fairy tale. You know what I mean?
no fairy
Boosters,
tale.
boosters, taking shit from stores and all kind of shit. You know what I mean? Little dumb shit. Whatever way I can make $1,000 a day.
$1,000 a day.
Yes, sir.
Man, okay. So when, because you lost your parents, I'm so sorry to hear that. You lost
So,
both your parents, and your grandma had 10 kids to deal with, right?
yeah, she had 10
So
kids. She couldn't watch all of it. She didn't have
nah,
the
she
strength.
couldn't watch
She
all of
tried
y'all.
her best.
Yeah, she definitely did her best. But was there any positive male role models in your life at this time?
Nah, not really. I had like uncles and stuff that I looked up to, but most of them went to prison when I was young. So it was like my grandma and my auntie raising me in that house. You know what I mean? So I ran to the big homies to the streets. You know,
Right.
so that's how it happened. You know what I mean? I grew up in a house full of kids. You feel me? We eat rice bowls and shit for breakfast and shit. You know what I mean? You're gonna get tired of that. You know what I mean? And then you can't really do nothing. Your grandma on you because they know you're trying to run the street. So I started running away. So I chose the street like that, real young, like junior high school type shit. I couldn't
Junior
go to
high.
Yeah, I couldn't go to Keeler or Bill or nothing. They bussed me out to Croc in Claremont. So I went to
Mm,
Croc Junior High School to try to stay out of trouble. They try to prevent me from because I was already like getting in a little trouble and shit. So they try to get me out of the southeast. So
right.
they bust me to. I used to catch the bus to Claremont every morning, but that wasn't a good idea because I went to Claremont, Croc Junior High School with one Tecumseh Cobra. So that'll tell
Oh,
you a lot.
yeah, that
Mhm.
I mean, just for the audience that don't know, or for Steven that doesn't know, Tecumseh is on death row right now.
Yeah.
He's on death row right now, for a litany of charges. But definitely says a lot, right? That definitely says a lot. So, you said you're in the streets, full fledged, $1,000 a day. I mean, you don't even care about any of the things that happened when you was a kid, because you live in life at that time what you thought was the best life, right? You living
I
it
thought
up.
it was the best life. I had the bubble caprice, you know what I mean, on Dubs, you know what I mean. So I thought I was the man, you know what I mean. I had the Mighty Carlo, '89 Mighty Carlo, purple Mighty Carlo. They call that they was calling that the Night Rider. Motherfuckers didn't want to see that Mighty Carlo when it come around the area.
And
So are
why
you
is that?
still,
Go ahead.
when you have this car, you're making $1,000 a day. You said you're running away. Have you completely moved away from your grandparents' house now? If you're making $1,000 a day, you living on your own, you're doing your own thing, living the high life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was when I was making the money, I moved out. I think I ended up getting my own apartment. I think I was about 16. I think I ended up catching a case in Canberra. And it was like a 547. That's the max you could do in Canberra. It was like 547. And then after that, I moved out after a while.
47.
Huh?
So you said so let's backtrack a little bit. So the Night Rider coming through, don't nobody wants, right? Nobody wants to see that Night Rider coming.
Nah.
Why is that? Because I mean, obviously they don't want to see it. I mean, you out on the, with the ladies on the blade, the night doing a night shift, right?
Yeah.
But that's
But
not why they're afraid of you.
I was always out hopping out and punching out on shit too and doing other shit. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's why they didn't want to see me. I wasn't just I was getting money, but I was doing everything. I didn't give a fuck either. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I was just on some other shit, really in the streets. You know what I mean? So
Right.
that's why they didn't want to see the Night Rider. You feel me? But one night they caught the Night Rider and I got my ass shot up in that motherfucker and almost died. Got shot like 4 or 5 times. I had a bulletproof vest on. So if I didn't have that bulletproof vest on, I would have probably died because the bulletproof vest had about 6, 7 bullet holes in that motherfucker.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mm.
And this is
Was
something.
that a wake up call for you?
17.
And I wasn't.
Steven?
This ain't no adult shit. This is kid shit. Yeah.
You're a teenager.
How old was you at that time?
I was probably like 16. 16. Because I think I ended up 16. And then like a year later, I did that time in Camp Barrack. I got out. I got shot when I got out of Camp Barrack. So that was after Camp Barrack. Yeah. We went to Camp Barrack. The reason why I went to Camp Barrack, you know what I mean, and people my age, this is a true story, is, you feel me? Something happening in my hood. So I go to the high school and run up in the math class and start just fighting people from different areas. So, I went up to Lincoln, you know what I mean, and just start running in classes. Try to run out, try to get out the school. They had a school surrounded, helicopters, everything. Police trying to handcuff the girl, on which she ended up trying to socking like the police or the security guard. I ended up getting away. I'm running down Imperial with one handcuff all the way down to Euclid Charlie. You know what I mean? So I kind of like get away, but I live in La Mesa. The backpack got my name, my address, and everything. You know how people put their name and address in their backpack and shit. If
you went in there with your backpack?
Yeah,
you went into the school. Man.
Yeah, I was a kid. It was kid shit. You feel me?
Man.
So yeah, so we went up in there, you know what I mean? I get away, but I didn't get away because the guns was in my backpack. You feel me? With my name, my address, everything. You get what I mean? So
man,
they came right to my house and knocked
waiting
on the
for
door.
you.
But I don't stay. I stay with my auntie now. You feel me? I stay with my auntie now. So she got 2 sons and a daughter. I'm staying with them. They knock on the door. They say, "Hey man, we looking for your son. Is your son here?" And it's like, "Yeah, my son right here." And my cousin kind of like told on me. He was like, and he was like, "Nah, not them." He was like, "Oh no, mom, they're not talking about us. They talking about Nuke." So he not knowing. You feel me? So
yeah,
they come get me from my auntie house. I just gave myself up. I was in the back. You know what I mean? So I end up going to Camp Barrack for that. So I get out, turned up, and I end up getting shot because I was turned up. You feel me? So I end up catching.
Where'd you get shot?
I got shot in my arm. I got a bullet hole in my arm. I got a bullet hole in my leg, and I got shot like 4 times in my chest. But I had a bulletproof vest on. You know what I mean? So that.
So let me ask you something. Let me ask you something, because I'm gonna play this tape back real quick, because you was shot with the bulletproof vest on at 16 years old.
Yeah.
Right. You something happened in your neighborhood and you ran into a school and get caught at the house because you left your guns in the backpack with your name on it in the school. Yeah. And then you get out. Of course, you get locked up. So what do kids do that's gangbang that's turned up? They come out worse, right?
Yeah.
Just fighting and you fighting and you fighting and you fighting and you're making a bigger name for yourself because now everybody knows who you are because you're putting hands on people, and you get out and you get shot. At what point do you say at this point, or is there any point where you're like, you know what? I don't want to live this.
So, yeah, I would say it wasn't that time because it made me worse. So I ended up catching 10 years for conspiracy to murder. So I ended up catching 10 years just talking about it. So they could get you. So that's why these kids and these youngsters, they got to be careful. They had us on a wiretap. and they was watching us for 2 years straight. You feel me? Letting us talk and text and say all kind of shit through Texas. So even if you just talking about getting at somebody, that's a conspiracy to murder, and it's over a couple times. That's a conspiracy to murder. So just off that, this case, they didn't catch me with no guns or nothing. They just caught me with the phone tap, and they gave me 12 years for that. I ended up doing 10 years, 8 months off that 12 years.
So almost maxed out your time.
I almost maxed out my time, yeah.
So let me talk about that. We know the crime. We know what you did. We know the age. You know, obviously you got shot twice and 5 in the bulletproof vest, and you know that didn't do anything. It probably just made you think you were invincible.
Right. It did.
We often ask people, once you get that sentence and it becomes a reality, 10 years, what's going through your mind at that point?
At that point, shit, I went to the county. I was turned up to the max. Anybody know me? I didn't turn down no fade. I was hella extra out. You know what I mean? What you about to go do? I'm checking. I'm the one mostly checking people right when they come through the door. You feel me? Pressing my issue.
And so then, you was the one tripping. So yeah, so your mindset isn't turning down at this point. You turning all the way up. I got this time. I'm gonna make my name known throughout this prison system now.
Yeah, yep. In a way, and so they kind of had us in low power. So they didn't have me in high power when I went to jail. You feel me? Because they kind of like wanted us to talk about our case where they could have people, you know, more people to mingle with us where we could kind of like tell on ourselves because nobody wouldn't tell. You get what I mean? So they had us in low power. So they had Larry, in high power, and they had Gator in high power. So they was going through it. Why they separate? They by themselves. So they going through it. Got to fight everybody going through it just off their name and shit. So why we in low power? We like fuck it. We pushing our issue too. We ain't giving no passes. My boys that up there, they going through it. So motherfuckers gonna go through it down here in this low power like it's high power for sure. Cause we high powered niggas. They just slipped up and put us in low power. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
So then what does that look like? You get your time, 12 years, and now do you continue this high power mentality when you're in prison?
Yes.
What was the first place you went to?
Yeah, first place I went to Donovan, I ended up fucking cracking the homie, getting off on the homie because one of the older homie told me the nigga was telling, and me and the homie ended up jumping on him. Kind of find out he wasn't telling. He just had us rush him because he had a problem with the other homie from the street. You get what I mean? But me just not being turned up, not saying nothing. I'm fresh in the pen. What? All right, I'm on him. Torpedo type shit.
Right. You know so how long did you maintain a torpedo mindset or a turned up mindset or active mindset before you like, you know what? I'm a little older now. I'm learning some things.
Probably like 8 years.
8 years.
It took me like 8 years. I was like still fucking up on the basketball court, like saying little dumb shit, like get mad. You know how the basketball shit go.
They are dangerous.
Like, and
they
where
are
I
dangerous.
Got DPs and who I was, like I'm telling nigga, you found me again, nigga. You lucky you wasn't on the street. I would have shot your bitch ass. I'm doing shit like that in the pen where I know I can't do. I could get my whole car in the wreck. You get what I mean?
Right.
So I was just so burnt out and turned up and didn't care. You feel me? I was just on one, and then I had to realize, like, bro, I'm about to go home. I already got stabbed and had riots with the East Coasts and everything. So I better slow my ass down for I won't make it home. You feel me?
So 8 years in, you start to dial back that turned up mentality. How do you maintain that for the rest of your 3.5 years? Or the
last 2 years, 3 years, shit. I started praying a lot, bro. You know what I mean? That would really help me. You feel me? Like, and I just let God just push me through the rest of the time. You know what I mean? I just left it in his hand. You feel me? Started reading, going to church, doing different shit. You know what I mean? Working while I was in there, taking a little 30 cents an hour. You feel me? Like, ain't tripping to keep me off the basketball court and away from the bullshit, because the basketball court was the bullshit for me. You know what I mean? So I just had to do different shit. You know what I mean? And I stopped smoking the last 2 years in jail. You know what I mean? Stop drinking that Pruno, all that shit. I just went just straight, all the way straight. You know what I mean? I didn't want to fuck with no cell phones in there. I was cool the last 3 years. I was calling on a collect call. You know what
Because
I
you
mean?
wanted to come home and you wanted to stay home, and stay
Because I
home
wanted
is
to
what
come
you've
home.
done. When did you
Right.
come home?
I came home in 2012.
2012.
2012 in like November. Yeah, like right before Christmas.
Okay, 2012. Now you got locked up and got out before, and came out turned up. And with the
Turned up.
name that you created yourself for yourself when you were out to when you were locked up, how hard was it to stay out when you first came home, or how
It was
easy?
it was it was hard. I ain't gonna say it was easy because when I first got out, I was at the clubs, just standing on top of the tables with my shirt off ecstasy, drinking bottles of liquor. You feel me? The
Yeah.
$600 bottles of liquor cost $40. You feel me? Because I thought I was the man. You feel me? So I had to catch myself, like the like like 2 years in. I had to catch myself, like, bro, I'm gonna end up back in jail if I keep going the route. You know what I mean? Partying, drinking, getting high every day. You know what I mean? Chasing this fast money. I say, bro, fuck that. It ain't worth my life. I got my family looking at me now. You feel me?
Yeah.
So when my family started paying attention, like, is I'm a man up or I'm gonna be a punk for the rest of my life? Because the shit I was doing was some punk shit. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm.
basically low key follower shit. You know what I mean? So the shit I'm doing right now is like man shit. Because I always know, because I've been a leader. So I wasn't a follower back then. I was a leader, but I was making people follow me and leading them into the wrong way.
So
Most
you just
definitely.
came to this realization you're being a punk and you're doing punk stuff. And I don't want this anymore. And you realize that as a leader, you're corrupting, and you said you're doing low key follower stuff. So it's just simple as that. The switch in your mind happened and you're done, huh?
Yeah, I was done, and then a couple people that was doing positive. I got a couple of older homies who was doing positive things, and I was going to money management. I graduated from a money management class. Teaching. I did like a cooking class, like different shit in this nonprofit shit. And then they was like, "Oh man, you should we can help you start your business, show you how to fill out your license before you can get your license and your CDC and all that." I was like, "All right, I'm with it." They showed me, and I went from there. And I just kept with a straight page and just programmed out here like I was in there, but the right way though.
Mm. So what was that like? Because you said, it was hard at first, and it sounded like God had his hand on you. You started praying them last couple years, and
Mm-hmm.
he's like, "Man, I got you. I'm gonna walk you through this. I'm
Yeah,
gonna walk you through this." And he got you through. And then you
yeah,
came home, and it was difficult. You was the man. You was Nuke. You came out after
yeah,
all that time, name and notoriety, infamy, and you lived it. You lived
yeah.
in it,
Right.
right? You lived in it. Like I'm Nuke. I'm big
Yeah,
bottles, right? Big
yeah.
bottles.
I could have came out of
You
business.
understand? You turned up.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, did you maintain that prayer mindset that you had in your last 3 years?
Yes, sir. And I kept it going out here. You feel me? But I didn't keep it going. I kept it going out here, and I didn't catch on to it till later. But it caught me though. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Convicted you.
It caught me, and I've been clean. I ain't did no clubbing in 8 years.
Mm.
I ain't did no clubbing. I ain't did no partying in eight years for sure. You know what I mean?
So
So I ain't even been. I don't even go outside. I don't even go downtown like that no more ever. And I used to be
so
there
let's
from
talk
30.
about let's talk about Boomin, because I see the shirt, I see the sweater. I know what you've been doing. I see it everywhere on Instagram. You see it on Facebook. Let's
Mm-hmm.
talk about that. So what is Boomin?
Boomin is my clothing line. It's a happy place. You feel me? Where I lock in and I do what I love to do for the community, the kids, and everything. So it's like an outreach to the world. You know what I mean? to get out the hood, because your hood ain't gonna be there when it come to business like that. It's gonna be the outside world. So it's like a happy house. That's what it is, booming. It's just stay booming, stay consistent, stay whatever you doing, stay consistent. That's booming in life. You feel me? Working, getting money, that's booming. Taking care of your kids, that's booming. Anything could be booming if it's right. You know what I
If
mean?
it's positive,
If it's
good
positive,
energy.
good
That's what I'm
energy,
talking about.
right? So
And you have been
anything with
booming.
good energy is booming. You know what I mean? That's what booming is.
So let me ask you this, because you are a new creation, right? You are a new creation from who Nuke was to who you are now. Same name, different person. How many
Right.
people did you lose along that journey?
Oh, a lot. You know. Oh, you nice now. You feel me? I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. You feel me? Because if you ain't a man, you a man before anything. So that's how they brainwash you and try to trick you. You get it?
Mm-hmm.
So you got to be a man and stand up on your own too.
Hey,
So
say that again. I think there's
yeah,
people out here that need to hear this.
yeah, you got to be a man and stand up on your own too. I lost over probably 50, 60, 70 friends. You feel me? I used to have my phone used to ring at where I used to have to turn my phone off. My phone hardly ring now unless it's somebody calling for some business. You know what I mean?
So there's people out here listening right now. Okay, I am a man. I don't know what he's talking about. I'm in a gang. I'm a man. I'm the definition of a man. I'm tough. I handle business. What is Nuke talking about? So tell me, if I think I'm a man, I'm gangbanging right now, and I'm handling my business that I think is man shit. Why am I wrong?
Yeah, but what is the man shit they talking about? They handle like and what do you handle in the gang? That's the man
I guess
Yeah,
that says it
shit. You
all
get what I
right
mean?
there.
yeah,
You
you're
get what I
not
mean?
paying,
Like
right.
you
You're not
can't play
paying
that game with
bills.
me.
You're not
What
taking
do you
care of your
handle?
family. You're
You get?
not contributing to society, right?
Yeah, you ain't doing nothing pushing nothing positive when it comes to the kids. You feel me? When you teaching these minors the right way, that's man shit. You know what I mean? You teaching them getting jobs, you guiding them the right way, you teaching them how to do shit the right way.
Mm.
So a lot of men ain't doing that. So if you a man and you doing that out there, holler at me, hit me up. You know what I mean? Let me know. I would like to
But
meet you.
man, and how do they holler at you? How do they hit you up?
You know, I got Instagram, you know what I mean? I'm around here, you know, I deal with the kids all day, so it ain't too hard to find me. You feel me? Most
So speak
likely
to it. What is your Instagram? What's your
my
Facebook? How can they reach you?
my Instagram is Nuke Boomin, uh, 2 underscores, and that's all I got right now. I don't got no Facebook. It's a Facebook out there, but that ain't mine. I don't know who running that. You feel me? But that's a different Facebook, so I don't know. But
How do I order some booming apparel?
I got a website called Boomin Clothing, and then you can hit me up on my Instagram. I make custom outfits, so you could DM me on my Instagram if you want a custom outfit, and I make whatever color you want. You know what I mean? I stay mostly
Spell out your website for us.
it's Boomin Clothing.
BOOMIN, like your
Yeah,
shirt.
clothing.
Okay.
Booming clothing, man. Hey, listen, Nuke. Like, hey, when I tell you, you were the blueprint
Mm-hmm.
of gangsterism. A
Yeah,
lot of my generation, they looked up to Gator, but
yeah,
Gator got that from you. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And so on and so forth, right?
yeah.
And
It's like a big family tree that
yeah,
if you don't know your history about this shit, people won't know. You know what I mean?
yeah. And
So
I don't say that. I say that just matter of factly, not proudly, right? Because we did,
yeah,
destroy a lot of our community. But what you are
right.
doing now to rebuild the community, to save the newer generation, to save the next, the people coming home, showing them like, man, listen, I really was him. I really did those things, and inside prison, I was still him, right?
Yeah,
And I
I was
came out.
still
So
him.
I'm going to tell you, this ain't the life.
This ain't the life, and that's where I could tell people like it ain't the life because I really did it. You feel me? I stuck with the plan all the way from when I started, all the way from in there, from all the way in the pen. You feel me? That's that's man shit. But when you get out here and do right shit now and teach people the right way, that's more man shit. You feel me? So yeah, you can be a gangster and be a man. You right. You keep it G, go in there, and when you in that holding tank and you facing 100 years and you don't do no telling, you right. You can be a man. So I can't take that from you. Yeah. You ain't did no telling. So, but that might be a person who under a fake name who probably did some telling before though, who talking like that. Because people that talk like that when I'm speaking is some weird shit.
Right. And not only that, right? It's we get them before they get into that holding tank, right? We get them before they join them gangs or before they get locked up, before they catch that murder case. We get them before that when you catching them kids on the football field with the booming, arm sleeves, right? You telling them right there when they living their best life, stay on this path.
Stay right. And that's what I do.
That's what you do. That's what y'all want to do. Stay on this path. This is where you want to be at. This is where I wish I would have stayed, but I didn't. Yeah. And now I'm here to tell you to stay on this path.
And you wish they had someone like you to come grab them at that age and be like, this is not the path. This is what you want to do.
Yeah. You want to do something right. You don't want to do the weak shit. That's what I'm going to call it. The weak shit. It's for the weak. You know what I mean? Since, that's a better... better for the people. It's weak shit.
Well, and you are right. It is a follower mentality. Everyone else is doing it in my neighborhood. I'm gonna do it. But you got to realize your actions don't happen in a vacuum. While you go to prison, you get some clout, you get some cred, but you're abandoning your family, right? Yeah, you're abandoning everyone there that's relying on you because and
that's most likely gonna be the ones there for you when especially like the time I did. You feel me? Like the homies, they fell off in like 2 years. 2-3 years. Fell all the way off. I didn't hear from nobody. It's like I was a dead man walking, and I was that person on the street, though. You know what I mean? Like, really him. Not no acting. Like, now the internet can make you him. You don't got to be out there on the street and be him. You could hide behind this shit. You know what I mean? So it's like different. It's a whole different mentality.
Definitely, man. Hey, and I just want to say, like, I appreciate everything you're doing for the community of Southeast, right? You setting a powerful example for everyone that came out of the community of Skyline. You know what I'm saying? For me as well, I came from the same community, and to see someone like you, I'm new. I'm still new. My feet still wet out here in the streets. I'm 2 years home, right? I'm coming up on my 3rd year. I'm coming up on my 3rd year. You've been out here 11 years doing it the right way. Started off a little rocky, but you said I made a decision like, nah, I got my family looking at me now. Right. Now they see me, and I'm gonna make sure they see someone they can be proud of. And I'm proud of you, and I appreciate you. And I know me and Steven both thank you for being on this episode, man, and having this conversation with us.
Right. And thank you for what you're doing for the kids. Thank you for what you're doing for the neighborhood, right? We need people like Boomin to not only go back, but to give back. Because the more people that go...
I ain't getting no money from nobody. All this money that I do this shit for the kids, this come out my pocket, what I work and all that. I ain't getting no check from nobody. You know what I mean? My whole time I've been doing my Boomin clothing line, it's been coming out my pocket, sir. You know what I mean? Because I want to get back to the kids. This is how I show my appreciation. You get what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
Man, well, thank you for being here, brother. You know what I'm saying? We want to, you have an amazing night. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep shining. And I'm looking forward to my Boomin gear. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Boomin.
I'll be in there.
BoominClothing.com.
Hey, I'll be in there. Come get a workout with you too soon.
I got you. I told you, first one on me. I got you. Sir. So once again, man, I'm Will.
And I'm Steven.
And this is the Post P Chronicles.
Yes, sir.
And that's Nuke.
Hey, what up, say? Yeah.